Greetings to all. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ and welcome to the unit session 1 of unit 1 theory of metal cutting pertaining to the course machine tool technology. Course code is 15ME43T. Myself Muhammad Imran, lecturer, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Harvard. So in the today's session, we are discussing all about cutting fluids, cutting fluid, the function of cutting fluid, the properties of cutting fluid, types of cutting fluid. So what is cutting fluid? So in any metal cutting operation, a lot of heat is generated due to friction between tool and the workpiece. This increases the temperature of both workpiece and tool point. It decreases the hardness, thereby reduces the tool life. The machine surface will also be rough and the possibility of built-up edges increases. Therefore, coolant or lubricant must be used in the form of liquid or gases, which carries away the heat generated between the two surfaces and provides smooth cutting operation. So as you know that the metal cutting operations, there is a physical contact between tool and the workpiece. Because of the physical contact between tool and the friction, so there will be obviously a friction will be generated. The friction will be much more because the two metals are very hard. So plastic deformation takes place, and if you increase the cutting speed or depth of cut, still there is a more friction will be generated, and heat generation will also be less. If you don't use cutting fluid, what will happen? The heat generation will lead to the formation of more temperature in both the cutting tool and the workpiece. So if the temperature increases, then the tool life decreases, as we have studied in the earlier class, and also the tool dimensions or the workpiece dimension may vary, or it may lead to decrease in the hardness. As you know that many of the cutting fluid, the tool material used for cutting fluid has some capacity to withstand some temperature. So at some temperature, up to some temperature, it will withstand the hardness. So after some temperature it crosses the limit, then it reduces its hardness. That may lead to failure of workpiece, failure of tool, or even a failure of breakage of workpiece will be happened. So also the generation of heat is not acceptable in any metal cutting operation because it totally reduces the overall efficiency of the cutting. So in order to avoid all those things, the cutting fluids are used. So what is the function here? The cutting fluids, as you see in the picture, so it will be supplied to the point where exactly the friction will take place. So it will reduces the heat generation. So whatever the heat will be generated here, heat will be obviously generated. So what is the heat generation? So generated heat is carried away by these cutting fluids, and also it allows the performing a smooth cutting operation, and also it provides a lubrication for tool and workpiece, so that you know that so the workpiece after finishing will not be supplied to the customer or any supplier or purchaser immediately. So it has to be stored in the warehouse or some your store department for some time. So if you do not apply any kind of lubrication over it, there may be chances of the workpiece may get corroded, and will it will got reduced its quality. The quality will be affected if you leave the workpiece in a normal position. So lubrication has to be applied. So it is a heavy work again applying lubrication after finishing of the workpiece. So in order to avoid this, during the cutting fluid only, it will act like the cutting fluid acts like a lubricant. So it will provide a protection layer over the workpiece to avoid corrosion and other wear and tear of the workpiece. So it is a important for the point of both machining and also for storing the workpiece. So next, the purpose of the cutting fluid. It is required to cool the tool. As usually, it is you can see here this cutting fluid is applied over the point here, applied over the tool and the workpiece. Here you can see the chip is generating here. So it will cool the tool and it will also cool the workpiece. Both tool and workpiece will be cooled. Then to reduce the friction and to improve the surface finish, because it acts as a thin layer between the workpiece and tool interface. It will act like a thin layer and provide smooth surface finish. It will protect the finished surface from corrosion, as I told. So finished surface will be protected from the corrosion as it acts like a lubricant to wash the chip away from the tool. So if some chips are left here between tool and interface, there will be a formation of built-up edges. There may be a chances of formation of built-up edges. So it will be avoided. So as this coolant will be supplied with some high pressure, so it will washes away the chips, small chips which is engaged or which will be which will be adhere to the tool or workpiece interface. It will be washed away by the pressure of the cutting fluid. So to reduce the tool wear, as usually if you reduce the temperature during heat generation, it obviously reduce the wear of a tool. Next, the important properties of the cutting fluid. So what are the properties that has to be that a good cutting fluid has to be hold its high heat absorbing capacity. It should be obviously it should have high heat absorbing capacity, because there is a lot of heat generation. Maybe it may be 500 degrees centigrade or 600 degrees centigrade temperature will be generated. So a cutting fluid user must have high absorbing capacity, high heat absorbing capacity, so that so that it will reduce the temperature at the cutting zone very quickly. So it should have a high heat absorbing capacity. It should absorb the heat quickly as when it is applied over the friction surface. So it should be having high absorbing capacity. Next is high flash point. Flash point means what? So it is the property of the any fluid or any component to absorb the fire flare vapor, not firing but flash vapor. It will, if you just keep the any oil or anything near the fire, it should form a little flash, not to take fire, but it will form little flash. At certain temperature, it will take a flash. So the cutting fluid must have high flash point, because if you use a low flash point, what will happen if the temperature increases? There may be a chances of getting flash and it will be converted into fire, and that will lead to very dangerous hazard. So the cutting fluid must have high flash point. Flash point means its fire point should be more above the 1,000 degree or to 1,500 degree centigrade above. With that temperature, it should catch the fire. So that's the property it should have. If you use a cutting fluid that is having a flash point of around 400 or 300 degrees centigrade, what will happen? Obviously, the generation of temperature will be more than 500 or maybe 600 degrees centigrade, depending upon the cutting condition. So if you use a low flash point cutting fluid, what will happen? There may be a chances of catching the fire. So in order to avoid that, you must use a cutting fluid that is having high flash point, low viscosity. So viscosity is the property of the fluid which opposes the flow of liquid or one layer over the another. So it will avoid the flow of liquid one layer over the another. So the viscosity of the cutting fluid should be used should be very low, because it should allow to flow freely in all over parts of the workpiece and all over parts of the tool. Because if it is flowing slowly, then what will happen? Some part of the workpiece or some part of the tool may not get may not get absorbed by the cutting fluid. Then what are the limitation that will happen if you don't use cutting fluid will be applied to those parts of the workpiece which is not absorbing the this one cutting fluid. So in order to avoid that, we should use the cutting fluid which is having low viscosity, so that the cutting fluid used must flow easily all parts of the workpiece or all parts of the tool. Neutral, should not react to the chemicals. So the cutting fluid should not react with the chemical, because there is a the material used, the workpiece material used may be having different chemicals, or the tool used may be having different chemicals. If a cutting fluid having a property of reacting with these chemicals, then there will be chances of changing the properties of the workpiece, or the changing the properties of the tool, that may lead to damage of the workpiece, or that may be leads to the changing the properties of the tool, or changing the properties of the workpiece will happen. So this should be avoided, so that in order to avoid those things, you should use a cutting fluid which is having neutral chemical properties. So it should not react with any chemicals of the workpiece or tool. It should be harmless to operate, like skin damaging. So operator will be nearby the machine. So when the coolant will be applied to this, he has to change the workpiece, or he has to operate the cutting tool, or he has to touch the workpiece tool at certain point. So if you use a cutting fluid which is having a harmless or dangerous chemical, so that may harm the skins of operator. So in order to avoid that, you should use a harmless cutting fluid that will not affect the operator or any other person who is touching the workpiece or tool which is applied a cutting fluid. So next, it has a good lubrication properties to reduce the frictional force and to reduce the power consumption. So lubrication properties to reduce the it might having a good lubrication properties to reduce the frictional force and to reduce the power consumption. So the cutting fluid applied must result in finally reducing the power consumption of the machining operation by forming a smooth layer between tool and workpiece interface, and to avoid the friction. So if the friction will be reduced, then automatically the power consumption will be less, because the friction requires more torque. So if the friction is reduced, torque will be less. So obviously, then power will also be less. Power consumption required also be less. It is having a high heat conductivity, high specific heat, and high film coefficient. So these are thermal properties, so that it will conduct the heat away from the tool work interface. It should be having odorless, because odorless means it should now smell in a bad way. So because everyone is working in the machining machining places. So if you use a cutting fluid which is having a bad odor, so it will affect the health of the people working nearby the machining operation. So you should use a cutting fluid which is having good odor, good smell. Should not having odorless. Should not having a bad odor. So it should be having odorless. Should not have any bad smell. So next is, it should not get oxidized or decomposed. So if you use it in a normal condition, it should not get oxidized or decomposed. It has a transparent. Transparent means what? So if you apply a cutting fluid, then the cutting operation will not should be observable. You should use a cutting fluid which is transparent, so that whatever will be happening between tool and workpiece, it should be clearly seen. Otherwise, what will happen if something happened? If you apply more depth of cut, or something damaging is happening between tool and workpiece, so it cannot be seen. If you use a cutting fluid which is not transparent, so these things will not be seen. So you must use a cutting fluid which is transparent. Why? Because all the cutting operation, what is happening between tool and workpiece interface should be clearly seen. If something happened, then you can change the cutting condition. Otherwise, if you can't see anything, means whatever it is having damaging is happening is not observable. That will lead to failure of the workpiece and the failure of tool. It is especially desirable in precision. In precision work, it should be very desirable to use a transparent cutting fluid. It should be used in economical conditions. So the cost of the cutting fluid must be low. So you don't means if you have to require all those cutting fluid properties, you should not use higher cutting fluid, high cost cutting fluid. So if you should use a cutting fluid which is very economical. Otherwise, what will happen? It will adversely affect the cost of production. Whatever the cost you use before machining, will everything will be applied to the final component of the product. It is keep on adding to the final component of the product. So it may increases the cost of production. That may lead to the failure. That may lead to the cost of production increases. So that may finally leads to the supplier or the customer may object because the production cost is increasing. I will give order to next other companies are like that, because this cost of production here increases, means finally the total cost will be increases. So that we should use a cutting fluid which is very economical. So these are some properties of cutting fluid. Next we are discussing about types of cutting fluid. So first type is we have solid lubricant, we have liquid lubricant, we have semi-solid lubricant. In a liquid lubricant, we have water. So water is also used as a cutting fluid in earlier days. The water may be plain or containing alkali, salt or water soluble additive is used as a cutting fluid. Soluble oil, it is a compound of 80% of water and soap, and mineral oil. Water acts as a coolant and oil acts as a lubricant. So the compounds of water and soap, water, soap and mineral oil is used as a lubricant. It contains 80% of water. The soluble oil contains 80% of water. It is having soap and mineral oil. The water in that compound, the water acts as a coolant and oil acts as a lubricant. Straight oil, these are the mineral oil, animal oil, vegetable oil or synthetic equivalent oil, mixed oil. In this is a combination of the whatever the earlier we used, straight oil, mineral oil and straight fatty oil. Chemical additive oil, straight or mixed oil when mixed up with the sulfur chlorine is known as chemical additive oil. So chemical additive oil, how it is formed? When straight oil or mixed oil is mixed with the sulfur chlorine, it is known as chemical additive oil. Chemical compounds consist of rust absorber such as sodium nitrate mixed with high percentage of water. So when the sodium nitrate is mixed with a high percentage of water, the chemical compound will be formed. Solid lubricant, that may be bar soaps and waxes, stick waxes and bar soap. It is a solid lubricant. It is also used as a lubricant, like a cutting fluid. Next, the selection of cutting fluid. So there will be a lot of cutting fluid available in the market. So which kind of cutting fluid you must select? So depends upon the following factor. There are many kinds of cutting fluid available in the market. So which cutting fluid you need to purchase or to buy depends upon the following factors. First one is the selection of cutting fluids mainly depends upon the job material along with the tool material. So you must observe what is the material used for workpiece and also the tool material you are using. So it mainly depends upon the tool material and work material. Which material you are using for tool and which material the workpiece is made up of. It depends upon the these things mainly. It also depends on which kind of operation do you perform. Okay, it also depends upon the operation you perform. The different operations require different cutting fluid, because some operations requires a removal of more cutting material, workpiece material, whereas some operation requires the removal of very less material. So more depth of cut requires a different cutting fluid, whereas less depth of cut requires different cutting fluids. So it may be drilling or thread cutting or anything else. Depends upon the operation you are performing. The cutting fluid must be selected. And last but not least, it depends upon the cooling effect. How much cooling effect is required? That is also very important, because for that you need how much heat is generating. You must know the how much maximum heat is generating between the tool and the workpiece. You need to calculate. Depending upon that, how much you have to cool, the cooling effect is required. Depending upon the cooling effect, you must purchase the cutting fluid, because the different cutting fluid having different cooling effect. Some may have 1000 degree centigrade temperature cooling effect, 1002 or something. So depends upon the heat generation in your cutting operation. You must use the particular cutting fluid. So here some of the, for some material. So these are the cutting fluid used. Here some of the materials are there usually. So if you are machining uh, brass, you must use a dry fluid. If you are machining a copper, then cast iron and brass requires dry fluid, whereas the copper requires turpentine. Aluminium, usually the kerosene is used as a cutting fluid. For steel, cutting oil or cutting compound are used as a cutting fluid. Uh, for high speed steel, HSS, waterless cutting fluid is used, because it may lead to rusting of tool or rusting of workpiece. The hard steel and bronze, the mineral oil is used as a cutting fluid usually. These are some possibility of cutting fluid for depending upon the material used. So we end up this session with this. Before going to end, just brush up what we have studied today. So cutting fluid. So cutting fluid, as you know, why cutting fluid is required. So because there is a friction generation between a tool and workpiece during metal cutting operation, a lot of heat is generated that will lead to decreasing the tool life, and also affects the overall efficiency of the workpiece. In order to avoid this, a cutting fluid is used between the tool and work interface, that will carries away the whatever the heat generated during the between the friction surfaces, and also acts as a lubricant, and it will protect the workpiece from being corroded when it is stored, and also it will increases the life of the tool, and also perform the smooth cutting operation. So the cutting fluid may be uh, liquid or gases or semi solid also. Uh, the purpose of the cutting fluid is to cool the tool, to cool the workpiece, to reduce the friction, to improve the surface finish, to protect the finished surface from the corrosion, to wash chips away from the tool, to reduce the tool wear. Properties of the cutting fluid: having high heat absorbing capacity, high flash point, low viscosity, neutral, harmless to operator, good lubrication properties, is having high heat conductivity, it should be having odorless, should not get oxidized, it should be transparent, it should be used in economical conditions. Types of cutting fluid: water, soluble oil, straight oil, mixed oil, chemical additive oil, chemical compound, solid lubricant. Selection of the cutting fluid depends upon the job material and the tool material, also the operation performed, and also the cooling effect required. So material, for some material, what are the cutting fluid required is here. Cast iron and brass requires dry fluid, copper requires turpentine, aluminium requires kerosene, steel, cutting oil or cutting compound, high speed steel, water, less cutting fluids, hard steel, bronze, mineral oil. So Thank you for watching my video.